The following is an encore presentation of CKRZ.
CKRZ. Pardon me while I jump up and click my heels. 100.3 FM, the voice of the Grand.
The comments heard on the following presentation are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Sonics Incorporated or CKRZ-FM. Well, thank you so much for making CKRZ a part of your day. Coming up next, we have an update from Six Nations elected chief, Mark Hill. Welcome, Chief Hill. How has your week been?
Good afternoon, Al. It's been very busy. What about yours?
Yes, probably not quite as busy as yours, but yeah, definitely busy.
Well, thank you again for the opportunity to join you and provide an update this week. Again, I'll start just where we're at with our COVID cases. We currently have one active case in the community, bringing our total to 15. The other, update that I want to touch on is in regards to border crossings. We've been putting out information on our social media platforms as well as our website. And the U.S. is currently experiencing a very high number of COVID-19 cases. So crossing the border can put you and your family and overall community at risk of getting COVID-19. So if you must cross the border, we're asking that you consider the following. Before you cross into Canada, you must be able to stay in Canada for a minimum of 15 days as required for self-isolation. So please make arrangements ahead of time to have a suitable place to quarantine for 14 days upon entry, where you'll have access to basic necessities and will not have contact with vulnerable people. And if you do not have a suitable place to quarantine for the 14 days, we're asking that you call the Australian Public Health or the COVID-19 Assessment Center to make arrangements prior to entering the country. When you cross the border into Canada, obviously carry the documentation showing that you're a member of Six Nations, and that we're asking that you call the Australian Public Health at 519-445-2672 or the Six Nations Information and Assessment Center at 1-855-977-7737 or 226-446-9909 when entering Canada. It is very important that you drive straight to the place where you are being quarantined and self-isolate for 14 days. Again, you could have the virus without even knowing that you do. So you can find more information. There's guiding documents as to crossing the border and the steps to take. Those, again, can all be found on our social media platforms as well as our website. We've been hearing a little rumbles in the community because of the province moving into stage 3. I just want to make this clear that Six Nations is not moving into stage 3. We're still currently in stage 2, where we continue to assess the situation on a daily and weekly basis, and will provide the community notice as to when stage 3 will occur. So again, we are not moving into stage 3. Despite what the province's plans are, we are still very much staying in stage 2 here in Six Nations. The other piece that I wanted to just provide an update is in regards to the internet. I know my office and other counselors have been receiving complaints in terms of connectivity. We know we have issues in regards to everybody having to switch over and rely on internet during these COVID-19 times. So we are working around the clock to increase that connectivity along with Matt Jameson, who's taking the lead of Six Nations Economic Development Corporation. So we will have more updates as they become available into our plans of the short term for internet connectivity and increasing that. The other piece in regards to the small business relief fund. So that has since closed. The deadline was last week. We are now going through the internal process, and businesses should see funds or contact the following week. And then we'll start to go from there for which businesses have applied and are eligible to receive those funds. The other piece that also Councillor Helen Miller is taking the lead on, and I provided this update in my previous update last week, the week before, is in regards to our graduates. We are looking to have our graduation on July 25th, a virtual drive-through, which Councillor Helen Miller will be taking the lead on that. And so there'll be more details to follow. Again, all that information is on our website and social media pages. And we'll look to, I believe Councillor Helen Miller will be looking to go on the radio as well to talk a little bit more in detail as to what the day will look like for the graduates. Other than that, again, we still very much are in a pandemic. We still need to maintain all of the precautions and guidelines that are in place. I realize and understand, as much as we're going about our daily lives and things like that, we still very much need to put the measures in place that we've put in place over these past months. So again, I hope everyone is continuing to stay healthy, and we'll look to next week to provide a further update as to where we are then. So thank you so much, and have a great weekend.
So it looks like we're going to continue to order takeout then, eh?
That's right. at this time, yeah, takeout only.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chief Hill. And we look forward to you hearing from you again next week.
Oh, thank you so much, Al. Have a great weekend.
Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
The comments on the program you've just heard were those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Sonics Incorporated or CKRZ FM.